Now let's see the biophysical profile during pregnancy. So biophysical profile, the mnemonic of the parameters used for the biophysical profile is test the baby man. So if like you are in a hurry and we need to see if the baby is doing well, so you are yelling test the baby man. So the T is for fetal tone of the fetus. B of baby is for breathing of the fetus. N is for movement of the fetus. A is amniotic fluid assessment, and N is non-stress test, which amniotic fluid assessment and non-stress test, we reviewed this in the previous video. So each one of these is going to have either a score of 0 or 2. So this is a Boland score. 0 is abnormal and 2 is normal. We do not have intermediate value. It's like saying yes or no. The reason for having this 0 abnormal and 2 normal is to being able to have a total count of 10. So this is why we have this distribution of the number, or correlation between number and a categorical abnormal or normal term. So how do we define tone of the fetus? This is having at least one episode during 30 minutes of extension, flexion, let me write it the other way around. Flexion and extension. This could be head, this could be an extremity, or this could be the spine. So if during 30 minutes we see at least once that the spine flex and then extends, or extremity flex and then extends, that is tone positive, or this gets a score of 2, being normal. If we does not see at least one episode of flexion extension during 30 minutes, this is a score of 0 and this is abnormal. Then breathing. So breathing, this is, we evaluate for breathing. The way we will evaluate for breathing is seeing the expansion of the chest wall of the fetus, and we need to see at least one breathing or at least one expansion of the chest wall during 30 minutes. This is normal to a score, or abnormal a score of 0. Then fetal movements. Fetal movements is defined as seeing more or equal than 3 movement of the fetus during 30 minutes. If we see more than 3 movements during 30 minutes, that is normal, score of 2, abnormal, score of 0. Amniotic fluid evaluation. This can be done with this single deepest pocket, which is also called single vertical pocket. Normal being more than 2 centimeters. Normal is 2 to 8, but here we are pretty much evaluating oligodramnios. So normal is 2 to 8, but we are just evaluating more than 2. So single deepest pocket greater than 2, and remember that the size of the pocket horizontally should be 1 centimeter. So we can write 2 times 1 centimeter. And the other way of evaluating fluid, amniotic fluid, is with the amniotic fluid index, which again normally is from 5 to 24, but here we are just we just care if this is greater than 5. This is greater than 5, then this is normal, 2 normal, 0 abnormal. So having a single deepest pocket more than 2, greater or equal than 2, or amniotic fluid index more than 5. And the non-stress test, we already saw that a positive, not a positive, that a reactive or a normal non-stress test is having 2 or more accelerations during 20 minutes. If we does not find more than two accelerations during 20 minutes, then this is a non-reactive non-stress test. And remember that the accelerations are defined as an increase in heart rate more than 10 beats per minute during more than 10 seconds. If the woman is less than 32-week gestation, or more than 15 beats per minute, increasing heart rate lasting more than 15 seconds if the patient is more than 32 with gestation. And remember that the distance from the beginning of the acceleration to the top of the acceleration is less than 30 seconds. So the total score of this can vary between 8 to 10 if the total amount, summing this, doing the addition of this. If this is from 8 to 10, so this is reactive, this is good, and so the only thing we need to do is just repeat the biophysical profile as needed weekly. Repeat biophysical profile each week. If this is a score of 6, sometimes this is considered from 4 to 6, then this is worrisome, but we also need to consider the gestational age. So if the gestational age is more than 36 weeks gestation, probably the best thing to do is to deliver the baby. And deliver the baby doesn't mean that it needs to be a cesarean delivery. This could be also a vaginal delivery. But if the gestational age is less than 36 weeks gestation, then we repeat the biophysical profile at 12 to 24 hours. 12 to 24 hours. Or what we can do is go to do a contraction stress test, which we reviewed in the previous video. Remember that a positive contraction stress test is having more than 50% of late deceleration correlated with 3 contractions in 10 minutes, and a negative contraction stress test is having no late deceleration, and equivocal contraction stress test is having less than 50% of late deceleration or significant variable decelerations. So if the total addition is from 0 to 2, or sometimes is considered from 0 to 4, then this is highly suggestive of fetal hypoxia, and then here we need to do a prompt delivery. So biophysical profile, the mnemonic is test the baby man. So tone, which is more than 1 episode of flexion extension during 30 minutes. B, breathing, this is more than 1 episode of expansion of the chest wall, more or equal than 1 during 30 minutes. Movement of the fetus, which is more than 3 movements of fetal parts during 30 minutes. Amniotic fluid evaluation, being amniotic fluid index more than 5 or single lipped pocket more than 2 centimeters. And non-stress test, which is more or equal than 2 acceleration in 20 minutes. If either of these is positive, is a score of 2. Either of these negative or abnormal is 0. I don't want to say positive or negative. If this is good or normal, is a score of 2. If this is abnormal, is a score of 0. If the total addition of this, so if biophysical profile is from 8 to 10, this is reactive, and the only thing we need to do is to repeat the biophysical profile weekly. And if this is 6 or from 4 to 6, then we do delivery if the gestational age is more than 36, or if the gestational age is less than 36, we repeat the biophysical profile between 12 to 24 hours after this one. Or we can do a non-contraction stress test to evaluate for these 4 to 6 biophysical profile results. Or if we have from 0 to 2 or 0 to 4 biophysical profile score, then we need to do a prompt delivery.